Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches. Welcome to my channel. Today is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025, and this is Flosstube number 129. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Every now and then I might throw in a little bit of crochet or quilting or any other kind of stitchy goodness, sometimes a little household stuff, but for the most part, this is cross stitch. Today I'll have a little bit of crochet and a mention of quilting, but for the most part, it's cross stitch. So welcome. If you're a returner, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you coming every week and watching me. And if you're not subscribed, please do so because it does help my channel grow and get out the word about our wonderful hobby. Okay, so this is take two. I just filmed a whole video with no sound. So I'm gonna try to remember everything I said. Y'all, that was devastating. So devastating. Anyway, so I participate in Springo, and this is my Springo board right here. Now I have one right here. This is the nativity to get a bingo. I'm so excited. It hasn't been called yet. Today, the Anna Green Gables piece has been called. My poor little Pageant Kings has not been called at all yet. But anyway, this was done strictly with the random number generator. So it is what it is. They just kind of showed up wherever they showed up. So this is my Springo board. This is through the Magazine Monthly Challenge Facebook group. And so, anyway, so this is it. I have been having so much fun doing this. I am thinking of getting my projects. Okay, I'm trying to remember how I worded this in the first video. I've been having fun with this. I've been having fun with just these little hints of what to stitch on. I have my daily stitching. I have two projects that I try to touch daily. I don't always get to them, but I try to touch daily. And it's nice to know, to just have kind of a clue, a hint, something that says, hey, Rachel, stitch on this. I know that Laura, Stitching by the Shore, has her I Spy challenge. I know that there's the Magazine Monthly Challenge, has acrostics. Dina, if you ever want to find out about the games in cross stitch, Dina Half Stitch Cross Stitch is the queen of these games. I love watching her and how she fits pieces into all these little games that she does. Anyway, I'm enjoying this. I am really enjoying this. So I think I'm going to search out a couple of more. I've tried Whip Warriors. It's a closed group and I always get in November, but I'm not a good picture taker. And a lot of these require some kind of pictures for you to actually participate. And Whip Warriors, if you don't submit, I think you get kicked out. And so, whereas Magazine Monthly Challenge, I can do it on my own and nobody cares. I can stay in the group. So I think I'm going to find me a couple of these things and see about maybe getting some little games going and see how I like that. I'm going to try it. I know I tried it before and I didn't care for it, but I think I've been enjoying Springo. So there's my Springo board. All right. So let's talk about my daily stitching. The first daily stitching is the Books of the Bible. This is by My Big Toe Designs. This is what it's going to look like. I have been stitching this. I got this idea. Well, I got the first time I saw it was Stitching Mommy did it. And then Amy Renewing Stitches does it. And she said she was stitching hers as she's reading through the Bible. And I read through the Bible every year just as a reading plan. Like I sit down and usually I listen to it. Then I have my regular study that I do. So this follows my actual reading plan. We're doing the Bible recap with my church. And this is a chronological plan. So here's what I have, which is chronological, which is why Job is done. So I'm doing different genres and different colors. So this is the Books of the Law. They're done in a dark purple. And the history books are done in a light purple, which you can see fabulously in person, but not so much on the camera. So this is Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. And then the start of 1st and 2nd Samuel. They are written as 1st and 2nd Samuel. So, with the I and the I. So I'm going to start stitching this as much as I can and try to work on this top as I'm listening. So that's what I have for that. And I have, let me get to my stats. I did a 136 stitches for a total of 1,860 stitches at 15.13%. That's the back. Y'all look, my back's messy. So that's what I have done. I love this piece. Love, love, love it. I'm using some different fancy flosses for my purples. I had joined the clubs one year and decided I didn't want to do fancy floss, but the clubs that I had gotten, I think it was one reds and pinks, and then one purples. So that's why I'm using the purples, because I have a bunch of them, and I have some that I bought at thrift stores. So the purples are perfect. Okay, so that is Books of the Bible. The next one that I try to work on daily, which of course never gets done daily, is Stitching Shelf. This is by artwork by Amy Stewart, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have the Max Color regular size version. I figured that if I want to finish this in 10 years, I need to do 1,500 stitches a week. I think it is. I wrote it down somewhere and I should have kept that. So this is my progress. Okay, I'm going to try to put some before and afters here. So I am basically working this seasonally, kind of like a lot of people are doing. And so this is spring. Spring, I believe, ends right around here, if I have my calculations correct. So I'm trying to fill in all this as much as I can. I did this because it was 310, and there's a huge, huge piece of 310 right there. Gets the stitching in, gets my numbers in. But I'm trying to get at least this 10 by 10 area filled in before I get to the next season, which is what, June 20th, I believe. So that's what I have. And I am using DMC for these. So Stitching Shelf, I did 692 stitches. I'm at 1,666 stitches for a total of 0.44%. Hopefully I can get to 1% soon. Maybe before I get to the spring summer shelf. Anyway, so that is Stitching Shelf by Amy Stewart. Love it. I love it. Okay, the next one I did was Nativity. The Nativity by Donna Gelsinger. Charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I wish I had gotten the mini version, but I did it. I was going to restart it in the mini, then just decided, nope, I have this. I'm stitching it. I'm not doing it again. I'm not restarting it. So, here it is. This I'm using CXCs. I decided to give them a shot. And this is what I have done. So this one, I think for this one, what I'm going to do is I want to do a page finish. So I'm going to go ahead and grid it up to the top of the page, you know, the side of the page, one whole page, so that I can sit there and, you know, just know that I'm working within a page. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. And that's when I just said, you know what, I'm going to do a page finish. And I think that's probably my best bet for this one right here. So, love it. It's a neat piece. I don't know when. I have not figured out how much I need to do weekly for that one. Stitching Shelf is definitely a lifetime project. Like I said, I know I say 10 years. I'll be 65, 66 in 10 years. And so I would like to have both of those done before I'm 70. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so the next thing I did that was called, and Nativity was called Twice for Springo. This is my Springo stitching. Like I said, I did this before, and so I just feel like I'm repeating myself. So I'm sorry, guys. So the next thing I did was 12 days. This is a Shannon Christine stitch along from 2023 that I never finished. This was called Twice. Now I have 129 stitches down, but I forgot to write yesterday's stitching. So I don't know exactly what I have done, what I did total this week. But I do have a total of 1,087 stitches for 54.41. Now this does not include back stitching. So I just basically did a little white right here, did a little white right here, and then stitched the inner border. It's a double border, you can see right here. I just stitched one all around, got the border done, and I'm trying to stitch all the, I think it's B5200. So Shannon Christine, this originally was beads. I decided to do metallic threads instead. I didn't like the way the beads were laying, so I just said nope. So that's it right there. Love it, so pretty. So this is number 4. So I'm hoping to finish number 4 in April and maybe start number 5 and see if I can get these all done. They're not going to get done this year. I don't know even why I'm saying that. I do have a couple of more sets of 12 Days of Christmas ornaments that I would love to finish. So I would love to do one a year. One is the stockings, and I doubt very seriously those will get done in 1 year. And then another is a small set of ornaments that I got out of a magazine, which I use Readly for my magazines. If you're interested, I do have a link down below for a free month. Anyway, but I like using Readly for my magazines. So anyhow, so I'm gonna see which one I do next. But I might throw in the smaller ones just for funsies. Okay, the next one I did was Gathering Eggs. This was called Once. This is it right here. This is by Nora Corbett, Mirabilia. I have a hard time saying Corbett. Okay, so this is what I got done right here. I worked on this. You can see this is like it's like a plaid. And so there's like 5 different colors in here. And so this, I pick a color and I stitch it. And then I stitched a little bit up here, a little bit down here. Just kind of, I'm kind of going around. I pick a color and try to stitch as much in the area that I can. I do have it. It is a paper pattern. I use it in Good Notes on my iPad. And so I'm able to count and I'm able to, but it is 2 pages. So I do have to flip back and forth. I did say last week that I was going to try to work on the skin. That didn't happen. That did not happen. So there she is, all done. Love her, love her. Okay, there. I don't know why I feel like this is, okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know why I feel like there's a glare. I don't know. It's weird. And anyway, sorry. Okay, so that's Gathering Eggs. The next thing I did was Anne. This is by Stitching Book Club right here. I said next time I was called, I was going to work on this blue dress. Anne was called for today, so I'm going to try to work on her today after I get all this uploaded and everything. I was hoping to be uploading right about now, but I'm not. I'm refilming. So this is Anne. Anne was called Once, 173 stitches. And, oh, I didn't write the stats for Anne. And my Kindle's all the way over there. Okay, I didn't write the stats for Anne, but there she is. And I got her little dress done. So she's called today, so I think I'm going to work on her hair right there. And try to get her, as much as her done as I can today. I'm loving this. I just love this piece. I really want to get it done this year. This is a slate for a finish this year. She is on my Whipco board, so. And she was called for this month. So right here, oops, just poked myself. Right here, I have a counting mistake. I missed a stitch. So this whole piece is 1 stitch too short. So this right here is supposed to say 2023, which is when the chart came out. I'm going to put 2025, hopefully, for when I finish. So, anyway, but that's my little mistake. So there is a little, I think what I did was, I made this part shorter, and I'm just going to, I don't know. There's supposed to be some flowers and vines, and I'm going to see how that works with it being smaller. I might just leave as is, or maybe just put like, I thought about, you know, the little 4, I call them the 4-dot cross. I might do that. I don't know. That's a, we'll see later on and see what happens. All right. The last thing that called was Butterfly in Flowers by Doreen Jones. I am just doing this as a stitch along with Laura Stitching by the Shore, Amy Renewing Stitches, and Karen Stitching Owl. They're the ones that originally turned me onto it. I know there's a bunch of other people doing it. I will not be doing this right here. I've decided not to. of course I could change my mind, but I've decided not to. So this was called Once, and I did 104 stitches for a total of 661 and a 3.37%. This, again, for the second week in a row, was called on a Sunday. Sunday, I don't get a whole lot of stitching in. Just, you know, get ready for church. We go to church. We have the girls. So there's not a whole lot of stitching that gets done on Sunday. By the time we drop them off, I'm just tired, and usually I end up taking a nap. So anyway, so I did what I did last time when it was called on a Sunday, and I stitched a lot of the veining. So I worked up here, got all this done. So hopefully if it gets called again, it gets called on a weekday and I can get some colors in. I don't think I want to stitch the whole thing, all the veining at once, but it is kind of cool. It is really cool, just the veining. Really, really. But that's just what I get done when I don't have a whole lot of time or I don't want to have to think a lot. So anyway, this is Butterfly. There is a couple of different ones on I got it on Etsy. A couple of different ones, not a whole lot, but this is the one that most people are doing. And I think Laura said somebody in her group is doing a different butterfly, and it looks really good. So I've been wanting to do a stained glass piece, but the ones that I really like are those huge ones. And so when I saw this, I'm like, I'm going to do this one. This one's pretty. Okay, so let's talk about plans. I have UFO'd a piece, and that is my Pinker and Pumpkin piece. So I have decided I do not like the fabric I'm stitching it on. First of all, it's 14 count. And normally on a small piece, like the Anne is 14 count, my Autumn Street is 14 count, but anything that's going to be substantial in size, no, I don't want to stitch 14 count. So I'm UFOing it. For now, I may restart it smaller, on a smaller count, probably more like 18 or 20 count, just because I don't want it so big. So that's just kind of something I'm planning, I'm thinking about. I think I have a big piece of 18 count that I can dye and use. So just still thinking about it, but the 14 count was just too big, and it was scratchy. Boy, it was scratchy. Didn't like the fabric. It was stiff and scratchy. Normally stiff I can handle, but this was just, I don't know. I think it was the stiff and scratchy, the too big, all of it together was just a big nope. So anyway, so I have put that aside for now, so you won't be seeing it anymore. Anyway, so I do have some haul. So the first thing I got is a chart, and this is a lavender and lace chart, and I blame Dina, Half Stitch Cross Stitch, and the Stitchin' Mommy, because they're doing this. Now, Dina did I believe she did the companion piece. I want to say it was her that I saw do it, and I fell in love with it. And that is the garden, the Emma's Garden and Isabella's Garden. So I got Emma's Garden. Isabella, I had to get on eBay. I got this on 1-2-3 Stitch, and it is coming soon. I think it should arrive maybe today. So that's Emma's Garden. So I have 2 granddaughters. I'm going to stitch one for each. This is going to be for my youngest, Alicia. Alicia does have darker hair. She's got almost black. Well, she's got black hair. She has black hair, and it's starting to curl. It's so cute, y'all. She's got short hair, and it's got the little curls. So adorable, adorable. So I'm gonna do a hair and possibly skin conversion on this one for sure. Isabella's Garden, I need to look at. Aaliyah, my oldest granddaughter, I'm doing that one for her. Her hair is lighter than mine. It's a little light brown, and her curls are coming in, and so she's gonna have pretty wavy curls, and so anyway, so I'm gonna do these for these two. I'm gonna start with Isabella's Garden. I'm starting to really like the I like the fancy ladies. They're so pretty and I really enjoy them, but doing Gathering Eggs made me realize that I like this. They're smaller. And also they, I don't know, there's an innocence about them where some of the other ones don't have, which I mean, I love them. Like I'm still doing Princess Eliana. I think she's beautiful. But I don't know, some of these just have a pretty little innocence. So anyway, so once I get Isabella's Garden in, I'm going to start her. And I need to find fabric for her, and I'm gonna get her started, do my little conversion for her hair, and then I'll start Isabella's later on. So Emma's garden later on. Isabella's gonna be first. All right, and the next thing I got, if you remember me talking about my Vierlanda sampler that I want to do, I have bought some floss. Now, I was talking with Shelly, the Serenity Stitcher, and while, I'm sorry, I'm moving my stuff around. Hope I don't hit anything. While talking to her, I realized that I wanted to do, if you don't know, a Vierlanda sampler is black, and it's Quaker-esque in style. It's got motifs all over, but they're a little bit more orderly. And so I decided I was going to do mine in just a bunch of different black variegated flosses. So I was on 1-2-3 stitch, and I purchased a variety. And so the first one I purchased was this week's Dye Works Coal. So this has kind of the black with a little bit of gray, a little bit of lavender. It's so pretty. So there's this one. The next are by the Gentle Art. These are called Simply Shaker. I'm not sure why, but this is wrought iron. So it's just kind of more of a, I don't know, it's got a bluish hue to it. It's real pretty. This one is called Black Licorice. It's just pretty much black. Okay. Then the next one I got is their sampler threads, Black Crow. Now I like this one because again, it's got a little bit of blue in it. Not a whole lot, a little bit. And this one is Cast Iron Skillet. And this one has a little bit of gray-green color in it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can. You see that? So pretty. Very pretty. Now this is the one that if I were to do it in one floss, it would be this one. This is Valdani. It's called Black Night. And look at this. Look how pretty. It's got black, it's got gray, it's got purple, it's got some blue. I absolutely love it. Nice, nice. So that is this. So I'm going to start with those, see what I think. I need to find the perfect fabric for it. I want to do it in, originally I thought 25 count because I want to use one thread. I'll probably do it over two because it's variegated. I'm like, I don't want to fool with the, you know, like with the Bible sampler, I have to make sure the two match and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to fool with that a whole lot. So I want to use one thread. So I was thinking about 25 count over one. I don't know yet. So, but then there's also 22 count I can use over one over one. So I don't know. I don't know yet. 28 count I think would be too small for me. But I do need to get, I'm looking for a nice hand dyed that just has that kind of a darker, I don't know. I don't have the picture. I'm going to try to put the picture right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I want it to look like that. So if you know of anybody that dyes fabric that looks like this, I'm going to try to find what the original was done on. And my tablet's over there, so I can't reach it. Then I'll see if I can still find it. But I want to say it only came in linen, which I don't want to do linen. I don't care for linen. I want it to be either even weave or something, or even a small Aida. But I want to do it over one over one. I don't want to use two threads. So anyway, so that's kind of, the floss is my thing. I'd love to start it. I have the fabric, the floss, but the fabric is my issue. So anyway, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about. So I'm going to try to put the name of the fabric and see maybe if you hand-dyed people can help me out. Because I've dyed my own, which I'm not opposed to. And I do have some, I think I bought some 25 count that I can hand dye. But I'm so afraid I'm going to get it wrong. So I don't know. All right, let's look at my crochet. So my crochet, I'm going to try to find the, here it is. This is a blanket, an Afghan that I'm making with Vanna's Choice yarns. This right here, Vanna's Choice by Lion Brand. From what I understand, they still sell it. I used to get this, at Joann's. Michael's used to sell it. Neither one of them sell it anymore. In fact, Michael's yarn selection is just like this big. So I hate it, but for this kind of stuff, I'm really having to buy online. And I hate that. I want to go in there and I want to look at the colors. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so it started out me using leftovers from other projects. I had made a bag. I need to show you guys that bag one day. It's like a vegetable bag. And I love it. It's a great cross stitch project bag. I should pull it out and start using it. And so I had a lot of pieces left. And so I started doing that. And then I found some full skeins and I'm like, this is just a scrappy blanket. I don't care about where it ends, like you can see here, I need to cut that piece, but it's like it ended here and I just kept stitching. Okay, so this is it right here. So I finished this gray right here and I had done about 7 or 8 rows of this blue when I looked on the edge and realized that I had missed a stitch on the end. And so it was doing, that. And so I had to pull it all out and I said, I'm not doing that blue anymore. So I pulled out this burgundy and I think it looks great with the gray. I mean, they all look great together. I mean, I think all colors look good together, but anyway. So this is what I'm doing. So I do this. This is a TV stitch when my husband and I watch TV. And usually I end up doing this on Sundays too, or Saturdays after we've had the girls. I'll do that. So this is it right here. The only problem is I made it super wide. I think I could, it's wide. And so I don't know if I have enough yarn to go long enough to really make it a decent size blanket. It's definitely a 2-person lap blanket right about now, but yeah, it's definitely it's definitely wide. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm picking out fuzz. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just finish all the yarns that I have. Vanna's Choice, what I liked about Vanna's Choice, even though it's a size 4 yarn, it's thick. It's thicker than your normal. And I use a lot of acrylic cotton. I don't buy expensive yarns unless I find it in a thrift store. But the Vanna's Choice is thicker than like your Red Hearts. So I'm having trouble finding matching yarns in that thickness. I love it. It's my favorite yarn to use. So, and I just hate that I can't just walk into a store and grab it. Anyway, so that's it right there. That's it. That's what I've gotten done. Not a whole lot. And then I did work on a quilt. I woke up Friday and I had a bad day Thursday. You just ever have one of those days where you're just kind of like, I don't know, nothing seemed to go right. And so I woke up Friday and I had made up my mind when I went to bed Thursday, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go in my sewing room and I'm going to, I got a fuzz from that blanket in my eye. Okay, I can't see now. I'm going to start crying. Anyway, I have, it was a charm square tote. I made up my mind. I'm going to go in my sewing room. I'm going to sit there for a couple of hours. I'm going to make this tote. So say, according to the directions, I can make it in an hour and a half-ish hour. So I thought I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to work on this. I'm going to make this tote. Well, I started going through my charm squares and decided, I want to make a quilt. So I made all the blocks for a quilt top, and I'm going to post a picture of them right here. They're up on the wall right now, and I just need to sew them together, stitch them together, make the top. This is a quilt for me. It's red and white. It's just some charm squares. I think I got them probably at Tuesday Morning. Gosh, my favorite store. I loved Tuesday Morning. I got them at Tuesday Morning, and you know, just they've been sitting in my box of charm squares. And so I pulled them out and I said, I'm going to make a quilt. So I did. I made a quilt top. The blocks are done. I need to sew them together, but it's for me. It's going to be for me. So I think as soon as I'm done, I'm going to find some fabric for the back of it. Hopefully I have something in my stash. I might go to Joann's. Last time I went, you know, their fabric was 25% off and you had to buy 2 yards. I'm like, I can go to Hobby Lobby when they're 40% off and buy whatever I need. I was not impressed. I went on their yarn because I was going to get some yarn because they had their brand that was very similar to Vantage Choice, but they were all still in packs of like 5 on the shelf. So I'm not sure what that was about. Are they only selling them in the packs of 5? I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. I might go back and see if their fabric stuff. Somebody said on YouTube that they're now down to 50%. 50 and 60%. I don't know. I've yet to see that here, but I might go and see if they are and see if I can get a piece big enough for the back for this quilt. My little rant about Joann's. I don't like liquidation companies. I feel like they prey on people's fear that their store's closing down, and they jack up the prices, and then they get you with these weird percentages off that I think they're not even a good deal. I'm sorry, 25% off yarn. If you really want to close down, you'll do a little better. But anyway, I don't like liquidation companies. Anyhow, so I made a quilt, top, blocks. Not top yet. Hopefully I can get that top done this week. My little rant. Sorry, guys. I did not do that in the first video. Anyway, so that is what I did in sewing. Personal stuff. I got my hair cut. I got about 4 inches chopped off. There was a lady getting her hair done at the same time. She was like, no. I'm like, I have to. It's going to grow back in no time. My hair grows fast. I did get a little semi-permanent color, just enough to get the grays that I do have to not be so anyway. So she did that. I get my hair done once every 6 months. I get my hair cut. So, that's probably, I'll just go and say, let's do the color again. Not very often. So, anyway, that's what I had done. Saturday, we had a joint birthday party for the girls. I'll try to see if I can put a picture of them up here. Joint birthday party. They are 10.5 months apart. And so we had their parties together. Alicia turned 1, Aaliyah turned 2. Or she'll be 2 Friday, and Friday's her birthday, and so they're getting so big. Anyway, she's just chit-chatting now. You know, she's in that really talking phase of her life, which is just adorable. And so anyway, we had a birthday party for them, and that's about it. I got my hair cut. We had a little birthday party. I had a crappy day Thursday. And that's about it. We did go see The Chosen. So we saw part 3. And let me tell you, that ending, not what I expected. I mean, you know, I know the Bible. I know what happens. But I didn't expect it to end like that. So if you've not gone see it, and something you think you would want to see, it was so good. So good. We really enjoyed it. So now we have to wait, I think, until my husband always says, why does he do this during the Masters? He had the Masters recording, but at the same time, his watch is blowing up with his friends. Some of his friends, we were at the movies with some of them, and the other ones were blowing his phone up with who won. So he's like, oh, well. So anyhow, we saw The Chosen. It was so good. I saw Snow White. I don't know what I think about it. I liked the storyline, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. It was good. It was good. I didn't realize it was a musical, so there's that. It was okay. Would I see it again? Probably not. But anyway, but it was good. It was good. We had fun at the movies. It was some the 2 ladies that we go to movies with as couples. We went to see the Snow White. It's just us ladies. Because I don't think we could drag our guys to see that. But anyway, anyhow, so that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys. Oh, no, hold on. Time out. Next week, I meant to say this earlier. I don't know if I'll be filming. My husband has off for Easter. He's off Good Friday, and he's off all next week. And so I will be stitching, but I don't know if I'll be filming. We're going to see what happens on Tuesday. I know he plays golf on Thursday. So, but I probably won't film on Thursday. That's too close to the next Tuesday. So I might make a little short video. I don't know. It depends. It depends. We're going on a little day trip. So I might get some stitching done in the car there. Not sure. And then, yeah. And then I'll come at least the week after next. Maybe next week. I don't know. So anyway. So I'll see you guys next week. Lord willing. Happy stitching.